So I think there's sometimes a misconception about what it is that archaeologists are looking for, but we are interested in people. I'm Rebecca Shepherd. I'm the Chief Archaeologist. I work in the Environmental Services Office. When I started college, I thought I was going to be a history major, but one of the required classes I had to take was an Introduction to Anthropology class, and I learned about archaeology and realized this was far more interesting than history, but also combined my love of history with a more hands-on sort of approach. Usually about once a week, we'll be out in the field doing projects. When we're not in the field, I could either be writing up reports of the stuff that we found when we were in the field, washing artifacts that we may have found when we were in the field. A lot of consultants also do archaeology for us, so a day could be reviewing a report written by a consultant or managing a project that a consultant is doing for us. So it varies a lot. We are interested in anything older than 50 years, which today is 2023, so that means anything from 1973 or before. So this could be as old as a couple thousand years, a arrowhead or projectile point, or this could be trash from your grandparents' house, like a broken Coke bottle or broken pottery, stuff like that. So any project that involves federal funding or federal permits, the National Historic Preservation Act says that you have to take into account the effects of that project on historic properties that could be in the project area. The second component of that is whether or not the historic properties we identify would be eligible for the National Register of Historic Places. If a property is eligible, then we have to think of how we are going to mitigate any sort of impacts we might have to that archaeological site or historic building. There was a project in York County earlier this year that had a cemetery located on it that I worked with the engineers to redesign the road widening to move to the opposite side of the road from the cemetery. For archaeological sites, that mitigation could be a full-scale excavation to get as much data out of the site as you can get before a project potentially harms it. Sometimes you can't avoid moving the road. There could be wetland impacts on the other side of the road, and you're really looking for the impact that's going to be the least harm. Avoidance is the preferred method, but sometimes you can't. As we are finding the artifacts, we're also documenting everything kind of around the artifact, what soil it came out of, where locationally it is, what might locationally be near it. So we want all of that data associated with it as well. So we excavate the artifacts, we bag them, we take those bags back to the office with us, we clean up the artifacts, we'll catalog them, so we're looking at them and writing down all of their characteristics. We'll write that up in the report, and then once we are done reporting, the artifacts all get curated with the state, specifically at the South Carolina Institute of Archaeology and Anthropology, which is part of the University of South Carolina. They have a curation facility, so once we are done processing and reporting, everything gets submitted to SCDOT and curated there for perpetuity, and essentially if citizens are interested in that data, they could go put in a request and access it. Advice I would give to anyone looking to get into archaeology: find some archaeologists and talk to them and learn about the field. And if you're in college and you're interested in archaeology, do a field school where they'll teach you how to dig. And yeah, just keep volunteering and going out to different sites and getting experience. There's lots across the state of South Carolina.